Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new season of the exciting series Dave Does Math from Home. I, of course, am Dave, and this is my home, and this is where the math is going to happen. We are kicking off a brand new semester, and for the first time we're going to have a full real semester that is just entirely online start to finish, for the math department at least. Some of you might have labs that are in person, which is cool. I'm jealous. I wish we could be in person. But everyone's safety has to come first, so we're going to do things like this instead. And I just wanted to make this video to sort of ease us into the idea of remote learning and let you know what to expect and let you know what I expect so that we can start things off real smooth and hopefully keep things real smooth. Baseline expectations are going to be, there's going to be a lot of videos like this. The other videos will not be like this in that I won't just ramble at you about policy and expectations. Most of the other videos are going to involve me talking about math a lot. So the baseline expectation is I want you to watch those videos. Once you've watched those videos, the videos are sort of going to be organized by section. So once you've watched the videos for a section, I want you to try the homework problems for that section. The homework problems are all going to be online. I think many of you have experienced this system before. We're using an online homework system called MyLab and Mastering. You can access it on your phone, on a computer. There are parts of it that are pretty frustrating, like making sure that your answers are formatted correctly is going to be a big deal. Like if you need to use parentheses or brackets, make sure you're using the correct symbols in the correct places, or it's going to mark your otherwise correct answers wrong. So that's a little frustrating. But in many, many other ways, the system is extremely powerful, it's extremely helpful, it's extremely versatile. It's a pretty great system, and we in the math department are generally very pleased with it, so it's not going anywhere in the immediate future. So hopefully you've used that before. If not, you'll learn about it, and hopefully you'll come to enjoy it in time. But yeah, I'll be posting videos that looks like this. I'll do math on the whiteboard. It'll be fun. Once you've watched the videos for a section, I want you to go try the homework problems for that section, and then I want you to do all of that before we have our class meetings. I know lots of professors in the math department right now are doing asynchronous teaching, where they're not going to really have class meetings. They have videos and they have homework, and then kids will just watch videos and do the homework like on their own time, and there's no like class times where we all meet on Zoom. I don't like that idea. That seems moderately uncomfortable to me. So we're going to have our class meetings, regularly scheduled times. We'll meet every Monday and Wednesday for the whole semester. The meetings will be on a Zoom conference, or not Zoom, a conference that's almost just like Zoom. I think the one we're using this semester is called Big Blue Button, and it runs through Canvas. So that'll be convenient for us. We can get to these conferences right from Canvas. So every time we have our class meetings, we're going to meet on this video conferencing thing where I will be here and in front of the whiteboard. Those times, if there's additional explanations or additional instruction that needs to happen in those times, that's great. I'm very happy to do additional supplemental instruction, additional supplemental explanations. Mostly I would like those times to be for questions, and then as we get a couple sections under our belt, we'll start doing quizzes as well during those class times. So that's why I think it's really important that you have watched the videos and that you've tried the homework before our scheduled class times. That way you know what we're talking about when we answer questions, and if there's something that is unclear to you, you can ask questions and it'll be really helpful. That'll be a productive use of our time. So we have been doing the online thing since the middle of spring semester. So I had half of a semester there and then 2 summer sessions before this. So I know that when I say please watch the videos and do the homework before the online meeting happens, maybe 20% of students on average will actually do that. And everyone else is thinking, it's fine, I'll do the homework before it's due, I'll watch the videos if the homework is unclear, and I will not pay attention in these class meetings. That's just how things have gone. That's a terrible plan. Don't do that. That's just a waste of everyone's time. None of the students who do that regularly do well. The students who do well, I'm saying this now with evidence, with experience. This has happened. The students who do that don't watch the videos, do the homework last minute, don't ask any questions during our Zoom conferences, those students do very badly. The students who do well are the students who watch videos and do the homework before the conference and ask good questions in the conference. Be one of those students. Do not be the other kind of student. You won't enjoy that. Speaking of Zoom conferences, we should talk about attendance. The other thing I've noticed happening is students will join a conference, and I'm not requiring that students participating in these conferences will have their mics or their cameras on. You can join this conference and never turn on your mic and never turn on your camera and just type things at me. That's totally fine. This makes it really easy to join the conference, mute the conference, mute your mic, never turn the video on, and just leave and like go watch Netflix or something. Don't do that. That is really frustrating. Throughout the conferences, I will be trying to get your attention in various ways. If I try to get your attention by name and I get no response, I'm going to mark you absent. You need to be at these conferences, and you need to be paying attention and responding, and you need to be involved in the discussions that we're going to have in these conferences. These conferences are not just, it's not just a live stream where I talk at you for an hour. The conferences are a discussion where we talk with each other, to each other. If you're not doing that, then you're not really present. I'm going to mark you absent. And participation, which is called professionalism in the syllabus, is 10% of your grade. So don't be marked absent. Join the conferences, pay attention, participate, participate with all of the knowledge and experience you've gained by watching the videos and doing the homework beforehand. These are my expectations for how this class is going to run. If we can all do this moderately well, then the class is going to go really, really well, even despite our less than ideal circumstances. If it doesn't go well, then we'll have to think of something else to do, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But that's the basics. Other just quick things to mention. We're gonna have quizzes a lot. Quizzes will happen during our scheduled class times. So when that happens, I will email a quiz to everyone who is present in the conference. If you're not in the conference, I'm not mailing you a quiz. You need to be in the conference. I'll mail you a quiz. I'll close the conference and I will move to the chat program, also on Canvas, and I will be there in the chat program to answer any questions you have about the quiz while it happens, and then an amount of time later, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes later, the quiz will be due. And the quizzes that I'll mail you will be PDFs. They're PDF documents that you can open on your phone or your computer or whatever you're using to join the conference. And once you have this document open on your electronic device, I want you to copy the questions into a notebook or onto some piece of paper. I want you to handwrite the solutions to these questions on this piece of paper. And then to turn the quiz in to me, I want you to take photographs of your work, and I want you to show all of your work. Take photographs of your work and your answers and email those photographs back to me. That's turning in your quiz. We'll do approximately the same thing for exams. I've always had an open note, open book policy for quizzes and tests, so that makes trying to prevent any kind of cheating that kind of cheating really easy, because like if you're using your notes during a quiz, great, thank you for doing that. That's why I want you to have notes. You have really good notes and then they help you on the quiz. That's perfect. That's ideal. So please do that. Do not, in the past I've always had a no calculators policy on tests and quizzes as well. That one is much, much harder to enforce, and it's kind of not super important. So I'm going to encourage you to not use calculators. I think that I write all the tests and quizzes so that they involve problems that don't need calculators. I tend to use small, simple numbers that are easy to work with. This no calculator policy I have is pretty much unenforceable when you're all taking quizzes at home by yourself without me there, so I'm going to relax on that a little bit. I'll still encourage you to not use a calculator because I think that it's unnecessary, but if you use a calculator, I probably will never know, and it's not a big deal. If you use a calculator for big complex problems that solves the problem for you, that is a big deal. When I'm grading this, I need to see your work. If the only thing I see on a question is a correct answer, then I'm not going to give you any credit for the question. I need to grade the whole thing. So if there's a complex question, if there's a question like multiply two numbers, whatever, I don't care. There's no work to show for that. If there's a question like evaluate the triple integral to find the volume or the mass of a varying density solid in 3 space, and the only thing you write is an answer, I'm not going to give you any credit for that question, because I need to see, there's a lot of work between the question and that answer, and I need to see all of that for full credit. So if you know how to make a calculator do a triple integral in 3 space of a variable density solid to get a mass, cool, use your calculator to check your answer, but unless you show me all the steps for how you go from the question to that answer, it's only useful as a double checking mechanism. I need all the steps for you to get credit for that. The other thing that I want to very strongly discourage you from is working together on tests and quizzes. Tests and quizzes are exclusively solo operations. Do not contact your friends while you're working on it. Do not contact your classmates. Work by yourself, alone, in silence, in isolation. Finish the quiz, submit the quiz. After you've finished the quiz, if you want to talk to other people who have also submitted the quiz, do what you like. I don't care about that at that point, but until you have submitted the quiz, you do not get to talk to anyone about the quiz. That is the most important rule for me. Do your own work. That's tests and quizzes and homework and attendance and everything. I think that's about it. Read the syllabus. There's important information in the syllabus that I haven't covered here about accommodations and student wellness and my contact information. Read the syllabus. It's not long. That's it for today's introductory episode to Dave Does Math from Home. We'll see you in the semester.